to start building your team. Please let us know if you've yet to start building your team. We hope that you are so inspired by tonight that you will go home tonight or on your way home and you will start building that team. We all started at the same place. I was the first rap girl, the first person out rapping people. And it took me a while to understand how to talk to people. We didn't have Mike teaching the colors. We didn't have social media. We didn't have a blitz card. We had one product. We had the rap. And it used to be when someone would say, well, how does it work? I thought they wanted to know the science behind that. Do you know what people want to know?
It does.
Well, that you take it out and you put it on. That's an aha moment, isn't it? Who just had an aha moment? And here you go. You go, oh, you put it in and it gets in there and it takes the fat and it sucks it right out of that cell and then it wiggles all the way down and comes out through here. That's what you tell people, and they don't want anything coming out through there. So, I want you to think about this. When you go to the doctor, and heaven forbid that you do that and get a prescription, again, heaven forbid that that happens, but on occasion we need to do that. Do you ask them how it works? You ask how to take it, right? That's what they're asking you. That's what they're asking you. So you simply say, well, you take it out of the box, you open up one of the baggies, and you unfold it. Who did not unfold it the first time? There's always one. You're not admitting it, I know. And then you put it on the body, one of these spots, wherever you want, to tone, tighten, firm. There's your answer. That's how we answer things. We answer them through simplicity. We're going to learn tonight how to duplicate with speed. We're not going to deviate from this. We're not going to add in more pages, more verbiage. We don't have to do anything. We direct people to our websites for product knowledge, right? Let's come into agreement on that. We don't carry a bunch of forms and papers with us just because we're going into a salon or a fitness center. We take the same thing in there that we would take to the coffee shop. We take a blitz card. We have wraps with us. Aren't they just human beings that are running those spas and salons? Do you think, as red as Major is, had Kim gone in there and gone through all this huge explanation of all this stuff, having no time running a salon, that she would have at all been interested? No, she did something smart. She just wrapped her. Because she was smart enough to see the value in that. And then Major, even before she got results, she smelled the money. And that's how we learn to duplicate. You're making this way too hard. I would love for our Ambassador Diamonds to join me on stage as we build out a ruby to show you exactly how to duplicate. So all of our Ambassador Diamonds, please join me on stage. There's a lot of money on this stage. All right, Joel and Stephanie, front and center. All right, Joel and Stephanie done. All right, we're going to build them out to Ruby. You think they know how? All right, so Joel, tell everybody how long you've been on board. We heard just a little bit earlier, but when did you guys join?
Just about 6 years ago. This month.
Yeah, you should know that, Mr. Green. All right, so Joel, what's been the biggest aha moment for you as far as building a team?
This room started with 14 people in Columbia, Missouri that Pam and Dr. Don came in, did the steps to success for.
Anybody can do this business. That was the cake, here's the icing. All right, so Stephanie, for you, for building, I mean, you're out there all the time. You're running around, you're not sitting at home, you're not scrolling through Facebook all day long, you're rapping and having rap parties, you're doing a little bit of everything, right?
Everything.
All right, so that's it, right?
Yeah, just do everything. I mean, people think there's a magic to it, but I talk to everybody. I'm super excited. And I am red. I think you're crazy if you don't try this. It's $99. We spend that in jeans, right?
Right. Well, now we do. If we're lucky. All right, so if they're on sale. All right, so anyway, Stephanie, as far as steps to success, is that really true?
Yes, you can't make it simple. You can't teach somebody if they don't have more customers or show them how to build if they don't have anything. So they have to do it. Like Major said, you have to do the steps. You can't show them where we're at.
So I'm green. And systems win everything. This company has a system for success. All you have to do is apply the system, and you get success.
All right, say that exactly like that to your neighbor. Say it right now.
Yeah, got this covered anytime. Got this covered at what half number 4?
Somebody take a picture of that. That needs to go on Facebook. All right, so come on. You got it right here. Yep. And then you'll get your home list. Okay? You'll be my man. All right, so tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
I'm Amy Spence, originally from Alabama, but I live in Columbia, Missouri.
She's a Southern girl, just like me. So Amy, when did you become Ambassador Diamond?
March of this year.
Wow. Good diamond?
Yes, ma'am, 150,000.
All right, so Amy, when you think about the beginning, starting the beginning of this, what was it, to get a $150,000 bonus?
No, ma'am, it was to get $500.
500 extra, which is on that card right there, okay? So, how did the transition take place?
Like my aha moment. When I did reach Ruby after about 2 months in the business, and I got that $500, and I did a little happy dance in my living room, and I said, we're not stopping.
Okay, all the rubies, raise your hand. Did you do the happy dance? That was the key right there. If you did not, stand up now and do it. That's the key. All right, so tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
Danielle Trudeau, originally Oklahoma, and I live in St. Louis.
All right, there's a lot of water in St. Louis, and I'm going to drink more. All right, so how long have you been on board?
About 2.5 years. I'm coming up on 3 at the end of August.
Did you think, good bonus, did you think the average income is what, Joel, for an Ambassador Diamond?
I don't know, because I don't make the average. I'm like way over the average.
185,000 average income, but Joel is way not average. Okay. No one on this stage is, by the way. All right, so biggest aha moment for building.
For building, make rubies. Help make grow rubies. That's what I do all the time. Rubies turn into diamonds, and diamonds get you to Ambassador.
All right, beautiful. So somebody new comes in, somebody joins you today. what do you do?
Get them to do their training, start posting right away, call friends and family, let them know what they're doing, set up a launch party, and we just come out of the gate flying because success loves speed.
Okay, so how important is launching with the wrap party?
Oh, I think it's so important because it just gets those immediate, like, close friends and families knowing what you're doing. And even if, I tell my team this all the time, even if they're not interested in joining your business or whatever, a lot of times they just want to support you. So they will try product, they'll fall in love with the product, and then they sign up on your team.
Beautiful, thank you. Okay. All right, so tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
I'm Jaree Canellos. My husband Chad. We're originally just from the other side of the river in Illinois, and we live in Tennessee right now.
Beautiful. All right, so Jaree, how long have you guys been on board?
We'll be in 3 years at the end of July.
All right, so has life changed in 3 years?
Oh my gosh, you guys, when we got started in this business, Chad was an active duty officer in the Army, and my goal was to not let the Army dictate our lives anymore because I had so much control over our vacations and how much time I got to spend with my husband, and quite frankly, I felt like a single mom a lot of the time because he was gone 14 or 16-hour days, even if he wasn't deployed. And so what It Works did for us is once we planted our feet in the ground and we decided that we wanted to take back our life and not let the Army dictate and have that much control, we worked our business hard and we ran after it for about 101 days, and we went from diamond to presidential. And I was able to retire him 9 years early from the Army, and now he's home with me and we brought this thing out together.
And so for you, Chad, because I know you said you were yellow, but you're very analytical too, and so I think you've got a good house blend there. So for the guys here, a lot of it has to do with getting that comment in the check, and then that's when it becomes a reality. But how can we get them involved right now?
So I mean, ladies, you just gotta tell your husband what you need for them to do to help out. It's different, I think, for every household. So for our household, Jaree goes and finds the new people, and once she gets them in, my yellow likes to help people succeed. And one note on that is you want to run with your runners. You can't really run with a crawler. So you can lead 100, but you can't carry 3 on your back.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. All right, come back here. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
My name is Kayla Rolling, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
All right, so Kayla, how long have you been on board?
Since February 2014.
Oh, wow, February 2014. So a little over a year, you're Ambassador Diamond. How does that feel?
Feels amazing.
All right, so what's been your biggest aha moment? Obviously, to do that, you duplicated right off the bat.
Yes. Amy is my best friend and enroller, and I joined about a week after her, and we didn't know what we were doing, but we just wanted it to work. We just like to have fun, and I think my biggest aha moment was when I went diamond, and I was, close to making what my husband does a month, and so it changed my family's life for sure. So that's the biggest one.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Congratulations. All right, so tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
I'm Allie Anstachi, and I live here in St. Louis.
So, Ellie, how long have you been on board?
Coming up on 2 years in July.
All right, so you're just flying through this. I mean, I just love your story. Your passion, as all of you are. It's just incredible what's happening right now with It Works. So, in that short period of time, less than 2 years, I'm right at it, what have you learned along the way?
Confidence and excitement will take you further than you ever believe. If you're just confident and excited, people are going to want to come along with you regardless of what is coming out of your mouth. So keep it simple and just bring everybody along with you who will listen.
All right, but how many of you feel like you're not confident? Let's be honest with that. Like you lack some of that confidence. Yeah. So we acquire that? We really can't. We just have to start, right?
You kind of have to fake it till you make it. Get confident about just a couple products. You know, you don't need to know the whole product line. Be comfortable talking about being a loyal customer, being a distributor. You just need to have a couple little snippets. Don't word vomit. That is the biggest way for people to look at you like you're a crazy person and really kill your confidence. But yeah, you get to an event or get on phone calls, because that right there is gonna really just enhance your knowledge and make you more confident.
Beautiful. Thank you, Allie. All right. All right, so tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
Kim Touchton. I live in Louisville. I'm from Florida originally, Orlando.
All right. So Kim, how long have you been going?
Coming up on 3 years in September.
Okay, so did you get started to just make a couple extra $100, or what was your initial goal?
Oh yeah, I had my dream job, what I thought was my dream job. I ran a hotel and I worked my butt off to get there by 26, and so I just started to make enough to pay for daycare because I was a career mom, and you know that's just how it was going to be. It was what I was brought up to do, and it was just to cover daycare, $600. That was it.
Wow. All right, so a little over $500,000 annual income at Ambassador Diamond, and I can assure you that there are people on the stage that are exceeding that. So when you think about $600 with that now, how do you transition into that?
Like I said, I thought it was my dream job, and then when I made that $600 for daycare, and I realized when, I'm gonna cry, I'm the only one that's gonna cry. When I realized that I had other options than to be a career mom, it changed my whole perspective. And I decided that this was gonna be my new dream, that I did want to stay home with my kids, and it was just because I never had that option before. That was the transition. So I decided I wanted to be a work-at-home mom, a stay-at-home mom, and I went after it as hard as I could, and I did it. So now I'm home.
Congratulations. All right, so let's get things started. And what we want to do, you saw the party pad. Every time we talk to somebody, we want to use a tool. Whether it's a Blitz card, if you're sitting down and you're talking about the opportunity, you can do this either through Skype or one-on-one or at a wrap party. You want to use the party pad. Why? Why do you want to use the party pad? Because can they read too? Hopefully, right? Even if you have your notes on the party pad, I think it's even smarter to do that so that you can show them immediately. They can be up and running, can't they? They can read as well right from that. And if they have further questions, can't you get those answers back to them? Always. It's okay if you don't know the answer to something. All right, so Joel and Stephanie just promoted to Ruby. They got the $500 Ruby bonus for that promotion. So we're going to find out how they did that and what they did themselves personally when they first got started. So, step one is join the party. So Joel, you bought the kit, it's $99. Did you opt in for what they call an 80 BV auto ship? Did you do that?
Yes.
Okay, so do you recommend that everyone here does the same thing, and why?
It's the law.
It's the law. All right, there is an option though, Joel. There is an option that they can gather loyal customers or purchase products themselves and have 150 in personal bonus volume that will also qualify them. What are we qualifying for, by the way, with the 80 BV or the 150? Why is that important?
That helps you get a paycheck. And I found that it's a lot easier to spend $80 to not miss out on a paycheck than it is to keep checking your e-suite to make sure that everybody's credit cards didn't decline.
Right. Yes. I tell you, this has happened. I don't like getting these phone calls, but I got a phone call from a distributor that had a little over $5,000 coming to her. And at the end of the month, several of her customers either declined or backed out of being a customer. And she did not receive her check. because she was not set up for auto ship. How many of you in the room are set up for your ADBB auto ship? Brilliant, brilliant. And if you're not, talk to your upline, get set up. Because you want to be set up for what we call fast starts. Fast starts and future leadership bonuses get kicked out when we run an ADBB auto ship, or the option is 150 in personal bonus volume, but again, that's risky. That's risky. So, Stephanie, what else, in order to qualify for fast starts, and fast starts are paid out weekly, and it's a $100 fast start bonus for every distributor that you sponsor throughout your entire career. How many of you have received a $100 fast start bonus? They're fun to get, aren't they? They really add up. All right, so Stephanie, what else do they need?
4 loyal customers. That gets you that Ruby bonus. That's kind of that first qualification to be eligible for the Ruby bonus. So that's a huge thing. I love this. I'm so grateful that you brought it back, because don't you guys think this is just driving your business? I love it. So we're working really closely with getting those first 4 loyal customers. Not only do they get their 120 in free product, which now they can become a product of the product, use the product, fall in love with it, and then you're sharing it, right? And then you get 2 boxes of wraps that you can purchase at $25 each, either the facials or the body applicators. And then from there, we're going to talk about the distributors.
All right, in order to kick out a fast start bonus, 2 of the 4 need to be acquired from the person you sponsored, okay? But in order to get the Ruby bonus, how many are needed? 4. So, yeah, she's focused on the 4, and that's what we should offer. How many of you have gotten your 4 loyal customers within your first 30 days? Please stand up. I want the room to see that this is possible. 4 loyal customers. Wow. That is so strong. Okay, so the rest of you that have not done that, do it. Whether you're outside of your 30 days or not, just go do it, because you're going to be sponsoring people, you're going to be bringing them in, you're going to want to be able to be fast start qualified, which means you need to run an ADBB auto ship or have 150 in personal bonus volume, but you will also need 2 loyal customers. Okay, so I need that ADBB out of here. It's a card. Okay, so they did that, so hang on to that. Now, you've recruited 3 people, personally at least, to get the Ruby bonus, right? Don't you personally sponsor 3 people, or somebody enrolled and placed 1, okay? But you need 3 people on level 1, right? Say that to each other. 3 people on level 1, okay? All right. So, Amy, that's you. Now, Amy, they are fantastic at training, not just because he's green, okay, but they're fantastic. So, what did they teach you to do?
They taught me to set up my auto ship, ADBB, because it's the law, and to also get those first 4 loyal customers.
Which is what step?
Step 2.
Step 2, which is called wrap rewards, and Stephanie just went through that. How many of you received 120 in free product? That's pretty cool. And then every 2 loyal customers that you gather through your career with us, you earn a wrap reward, which means you get a box of wraps for $25. What's your return on investment on that?
75. Yeah.
75. That's okay. That's good. 75. You get 4, 25 each. That's 100. It costs you 25. Yeah, that's good. She's blue. She's blue. Get up! Get up! Okay. All right. So now, what did Joel and Stephanie earn because Amy is on auto ship and she got her 4 loyal customers within her first 30 days? What did they earn? $100. They earned a $100 fast start bonus.
This is how it works. Greens get the money, they count it, and it gets handed to the reds.
Oh, yes, that is so true. That is so true. Who's the spender in the house?
Me.
Who's the saver in the house? Who's not talking? There's always one. All right, Bonnie. Okay, so what did you do?
My ADBV auto ship and got my 4 loyal customers in 30 days and collected my 120 in free products and my 2 wrap rewards.
Wow. All right, so what did Joel and Stephanie earn? Okay. All right, another 100. Wow. All right, so we need 80 BB cards here. All right. So, is everyone doing the same thing? Did they get their 4 loyals for them? I didn't think so. Okay, they're teaching them how to do that. Who has children in the room? Who wants to be bathing them when they're 16? It takes longer in the beginning to teach a child how to take a bath, doesn't it? It takes a while. You have to watch them because they slip up underneath the water. I remember my children being 10 and I said, now you can learn how to wash your own clothes. And I taught them, it took a long time to teach them. And then we taught them how to cook. Now they're very self-sufficient. They're independent. So if I'm gathering their 4 loyals for them, am I teaching them the right way to build this? We all do this because we want to get paid, right? But it might mean that you might miss that fast start, which you don't need to if you're fast starting them, if you're coaching them, right? If you're throwing customers up under them, are they thinking they have to do that to their people? Yeah, but it's not always perfect, is it?
No.
So on this, you guys, your job as their sponsor, you have to, because they might be nervous to talk to somebody, get on the phone with them, do a 3-way. Have them text people, and then what they'll do for me is they'll text me and go, I don't know how to answer this. I will give them exactly what to say. And now you're helping them. You're getting in front of their people's people, which builds your team. That's helping them get their 4 loyal customers. Does that make sense? It's great. Don't be afraid to help them. It's okay to talk to each other.
How many of you got your own 4 loyals? Stand up if you got your own 4 loyals. See? It can be done. Okay, I need another ABB. All right, so, did you guys duplicate? What did you guys do?
We did. We did our ADBV auto ship. We got our first 4 loyal customers. And we collected our 120 in free products. We got our wrap rewards. And Stephanie taught me that whoever wraps the most tummies makes the most money. So we wrapped 50 people our first month, signed up 26 loyals and 14 distributors. True story.
True story. True show-offs. They're just show-offs, aren't they? All right, and 2 more of these. All right, because, what did they get? $100.
Where's it go?
Yes. So smart. All right, so what did you guys do? Did you join the party?
Same thing, joined the party, ADBV auto ship, launched, and got my 4 loyals.
Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Does he get the 100? Who? Because Amy sponsored these 2. Okay? Amy sponsored these 2. Who gets the fast start? Amy gets the fast start. She's keeping it. Yes, okay. So what did you do?
I enrolled. I enrolled my first I set up my auto shipment of ADBV. Then I enrolled 4 loyal customers.
Beautiful. All right, so Amy gets another fast start, right? Does she? Yeah, okay, Amy, stand right here in front of your... Now, Amy has 2 distributors who ran their auto ship. They've got 4 loyal customers, and guess what happens when you start gathering those customers? Bonus volume adds up, doesn't it? Which you get paid off of. Personal or group? It's group, but bonus volume, right? For all their customers, they might have more distributors too. So what does Amy need to make sure that she goes executive? Is she going to help make sure that they each have 400 in volume? Yes. All right, so they each have 400 in group volume. Now, does that make Amy an executive?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so what's 400 in group volume consist of?
Your auto ship, your customer's auto ship, and your downline's auto ship.
Mm-hmm.
All of that adds up. Can you track it?
I can, yes. And so can you.
Let me ask Stephanie if she can track it. Can you track it?
I don't care. I keep doing what I know how to do, and I rap people, and it's working too.
And it's working too. All right, so let's look at this. All right, so we're good. So 400. You have 400 too, okay? And you guys have 400. All right? Now, what does that make?
Ruby, right?
That makes a Ruby. Yeah. Amy's executive. She's got 2 team members that each have 400 in total volume. That makes her an executive. And then Bonnie has 400 total in volume made up of her customers and her personal auto ships. And Jeree and Chad do as well. Now they may have more distributors in their teams, but this is a perfect Ruby. Now, who just got that for the first time, or are you already on page with that? Now you want to duplicate. How many of these do you want to duplicate to get to diamond? 3. 2 are in the same leg, and that makes an emerald, right? And run something outside of that. You got it? Let's give it up for our Ambassador Diamond. Thanks, Kim. You're a great man. All right, who just got that for the first time? Anybody? Do you get that? Yes. Wonderful. And so what we do is everyone we starts differently. Some, it takes months to get them going. They have to come to an event like this. Others can get going right away at the speed of light. It takes everything you have to hang on to them. It took me 6 months in my first company, the company that I was a part of before discovering this crazy rap, to gather my first distributor. 6 months before I gathered my first customer or my first distributor out of fear. Fear of what people might think. Fear of not being able to answer the question. Just bold fear. Is anyone else in the room living in some fear? You know what you gotta do? You just gotta get up in the morning and put your big girl panties on. Nobody's gonna put them on for you. You're gonna have to get up and get started. Or you're gonna come back next year in the same position, in the same spot. None of us knew what we were doing in the beginning. It took me 3 years to figure out how to talk about this product. Everyone we brought in quit. Every single person. Do you have anybody that's quit? Guess where you can be if you continue on. Just don't quit yourself. You cannot give up on yourself. We have completely come up with, I feel, we have the most incredible product that gets people in the door, that crazy wrap. It works in 45 minutes. You can't find it anywhere else. And if your whole goal would be to do this, just this, get up every day And your goal is just to wrap people. Whether they say yes or no is not up to you, is it? You're putting way too much, giving your power away to everyone else. Your goal is just to ask, have you tried that crazy wrap thing? That's your goal. And either they say yes or no, and then from there you take them on. Well, my sister tried it, great, it's your turn. How many have heard that? My best friend tried it, great, it's your turn. So-and-so tried it, didn't work, great, it's your turn. You don't have to explain it any more than that. It's their turn, isn't it? You get, you know what, I talked to a lot of our top money earners just this past week, and Krista Pettingil said, I don't care if it's 10 years from now, I'm going to do the same thing I've always done, which is post 2 before and after pictures every single day on social media. I contact my warm market continuously. I make new warm market. I keep a list, and I go back through it because life changes for people, doesn't it? One day they're not interested, the next day they're hunting you down. I have friends that just got on board within the last 2 years because my daughter recruited their kids. And finally they listened to their children, they didn't want to listen to me. And then one night, because I am such a go-getter, anybody else in the room a go-getter? We just showed you how to build your business by following 3 simple steps. If you will continue to do that over and over again, you're going to have dynamic success with this. Not everybody's going to stay in your business. Let's just wake up and understand that. They don't stay. They join a fitness club in January, and February, nobody's in the club. That's just what people do. We take it too personally. I want to leave you with this. I'm taking off to go build my business, the prior one before I found this product. It was just a beautiful day when I took off, and Dave said, don't go, it looks like snow. I said, it's not going to snow. It's a beautiful day. And I take off. I'm living in Virginia, and I'm going to North Carolina. It's a 3-hour drive. And halfway there, it started pounding snow. I mean, flakes I didn't think could ever be that big. That's how big the flakes were. It was coming down so fast and so hard that I knew that when I changed interstates, I would be able to make it up that mountain, because it was a huge mountain. And I made a decision to turn the car around. And I was going so slow. I'm going down Interstate 81. Anybody ever driven on Interstate 81? It is a horrifying interstate. It's nothing but trucks. All the way. Skinny lanes and trucks. And I'm driving down, and there's 18-wheelers everywhere, and people are crashing like crazy. And I'm going so slow. And I come down, about an hour from home, small little hill, and I hit black ice. Y'all have black ice up here? Yeah. You have no control, do you? I'm in the left lane. I hit the black ice, and I start to swerve. I knew that I was losing control of the car. And it wasn't within 30 seconds I heard a voice, as distinct as you're hearing mine. And the voice said, let go of the wheel. Let go of the wheel just one time. And something came over me, and I let my arms up, just like this. And I let go of the wheel, and I didn't care what happened to me. And I went across 2 lanes, down a ravine, and flipped my car. And I was at such peace. And I'm dangling upside down. And within minutes, there's a knock on the passenger window. And there's 2 little guys just staring at me with the most beautiful blue eyes and big smile I've ever seen. They said, are you okay? And I said, I think so. I think I'm okay. I'm starting to come out of the shock. And they said, we want you to put one of your hands up when you unbuckle your seatbelt so you don't hurt your neck. I wouldn't have thought to do that. And they said, well, watch. And so I unbuckled my seatbelt and I turned myself around. And they said, can you open the door? And I said, I think so. I'm down in a ravine. You know what that is? It's packed full of snow and there's little hills around. And they said, we want you to see if you can get your car door open. We'll watch. And so I opened my door and they said, okay, we can go now. I said, no, don't go. Let me get out of the car. Help me up the hill. They go, no, you're fine. And I get out of the car, and they're gone. They're gone. And I look up the hill, and there's a state trooper. And he yells down at me and goes, ma'am, are you okay? I saw you crash. And I said, I'm fine. But what happened to the two men? He goes, ma'am, there's been nobody here. There's no footprints in the snow. There weren't any. And so when I get in a position where I'm thinking too much, I'm trying to push it, I'm working too hard, and I'm not having any fun, I think about that, and I let go of it. I let it go, and I'm not concerned at all what anyone thinks anymore about what I do. Because I know what this company can do. I know what these products can do. I know what this compensation plan can do. And until you do, I hope that you will hear that little voice that says, let go of the wheel. Because I can assure you, when you do that and you give it over, God will take you anywhere you need to go. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. It is with exceptional honor that I get to spend nights with you and days with you. I know how hard you work. I know what you put into your businesses, into your families, into your lives. And I feel so honored to have met this gentleman who has brought thoughtfulness into network marketing like it's never been before, thoughtfulness into our daily lives, thoughtfulness into our families. And I would love for you to give it up for John Eric as he comes up and shares social media.
This one working. Hello, adventurers. Awesome. Well, I'd say I know a lot of you guys, but I know you from online. It's weird because you gotta come here and it's like, oh yeah, I'm friends with that person. Like, oh wait, we've never met before. But we have conversations and it's awesome. Those of you, I'm going to show a picture of my family here in a second. Over there in the corner, that's Aaron. And Aaron, if you ever have a technical question in adventure support, you just log into there and somebody from the adventure team is there to help you out. So they answer questions from everything from just like, how do I get emojis on my phone, to how does Periscope work, to all those things. We try to answer as many of those as we can, but I'll pull up a picture of my family here in just a second. I think they got that going. There's a joke for Reds. It's me stalling, I can't tap it, but I have knock-knock jokes. Knock-knock. Only the Reds can do this joke. Control freak. This is where you say control freak too. No, see, that's the joke, because I'm telling you how to do that. This is my family. Luke and Leia is what I was not allowed to name them. So that's Logan, and that's Pepe. And, we had the matching set. It was amazing. Just the salt and pepper shaker, you don't need anything else. We're done. We employed science to make sure. Let's just say we shut down the factory and opened the playground. Okay? We're done. Done having children. Perfect set. If you are done having children, I'm going to give you a little piece of advice that they don't tell you on the 0.00001% on the packaging and stuff. Is that's what they're going to name it, but that would be awkward. Don't go camping. Because apparently that voids the warranty or something like that. That's baby Emerson right there. Yeah, there it is. Braces and diapers, that's adventure. Yeah, it is definitely adventure. So I want to share with you my business plan. Feel free to take out pen and paper, periscope it, record it, whatever you want to do. I'm going to give you this is my secret. This has worked for me for now over 20 years. Because somebody sat down and said, hey, what's your business plan? And I was like, I did not write anything down. I didn't know there was a test. And they said, no, like, we need your plan. What are you trying to do? And I said, okay, here's what my plan is. Number one, I want to help my friends. Number two, I want to make more friends. If you just would do that, it will revolutionize your life, your business, everything. I wake up every morning. You see, I'm in a unique position right now, and it wasn't always like this. I remember walking across the parking lot to have to sell a deal, and there was the snow had melted and the ice water came up from my shoes, and I remember that feeling of just that cold water seeping through. So it wasn't always like that. But I'm in a unique position now where all my dreams came true. So when you have a dream board that everything gets done on that, and that happens a couple of times, let me tell you the only thing better than that is help other people's dreams come true. So if you can do this, is that you wake up every morning and you think, how can I help people? How can I help my friends? How do I help my friends win? And then the other part is, now how am I going to make more friends that I can help? And repeat that cycle and repeat that cycle. That is my business plan, and I hope you copy it, steal it. You don't even have to put my name on it. Originality is the ability to hide your source. So I won't call you out on Facebook or anything on that. But I want to talk to you about how can we maybe do this with social media. So, what I have to do is I have to translate some things for you, okay? Because I think you think certain things mean something, so we go like, hey, yeah, for social media, this is how we do it. You're like, yes. And I'm like, no, that's nothing like I'm talking about. So I need to translate it for you. Let me give you kind of an example here of translating this.
Das hier ist ein Marktsektor. Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät, das wissen möchte. Das Gerät des Überlebens. Ja.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard. What are you thinking about?
So, you get the idea is that maybe we're not speaking the same language sometimes. So I want to make sure we're speaking the same language. The good thing is that social media, for some of you that you're like, technology, I hate technology. Here's the good news for you. Social media has little to do with technology. 98% of it is being a good friend. 2% is I just show you where the button is. I just show you that, well, when they say that word, that's not really what they meant. What they meant is this. So let me give you an example. When you like somebody's photo, all you're doing is you're giving them a high five. That's all that is. See, we get caught up in how many followers do I have, right? Because it's not about followers. We are not trying to help you increase your followers. What we're trying to do is increase your influence. Some people call it influence, we call it influence. It's a little thing, we're a little crazy. You're a little crazy. I can see you up here, yeah, you're a little crazy. We want to increase your influence, okay? So how do we increase your influence? Because, let's say for example, that we have somebody that all they're worried about is getting followers. And they're really, really excited about it. Followers, followers, followers. And they have 10,000 followers. And we ask them to put out a post that they want to get people to show up on Saturday for an event. And they get 100 people to show up. And they have 10,000 followers. That's awesome. But let's say that this person over here, they have 500 followers. And when they post, 200 show up. See, we care about sometimes the wrong things. That like, oh, look at my numbers. Look, I have this big number. I have all these followers. When it just is a matter of, do you have influence? Do you have influence in somebody's life? Have you earned the right to be heard? That what happens is you have not been thoughtful at all. And you're just posting, 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 and now you just want to say, okay, now I need something from you. Well, you're not going to get a lot of results that way. So what we want to do is we want to translate that. We need to change the way we maybe use some of those words. So for example, it's not a like. You're giving somebody a high five. Why would you not give somebody a high five? We say that leaving a comment, that's like having a conversation with somebody. You know, people fall in love over conversations. That the difference between you just hitting the like button and you leaving a thoughtful comment, not leaving a comment, leaving a thoughtful comment, is that 3.5 seconds difference? But you know what happens in the Facebook algorithm? They weight all those things different. So when somebody's Periscope this one. It's like anybody else have like Pavlov's dog syndrome? It's like, Periscope. Oh, we're hey everybody, look, there's adults. My ADHD is just going nuts right now. Yeah. So, okay. So I want to help change a word that's going to help you a lot. And that is the idea of stop being strategic. See, what happens sometimes is that we want to spend a lot of time, like, well, how am I going to be more strategic? Well, you know, if I just do this a little bit better, I can get them to do. You see, the problem with strategy is that strategy, if you are not careful, strategy has become how to manipulate people. And here's the problem with manipulating people, is that it works for a little while. Initially, you can manipulate enough people to do something, but the problem is that it falls off. Do you want to get 5 people and 4 of them stay and you build that? Or do you just want to manipulate enough so that you get this reputation? So it's not about strategy. You see, strategy is about what I can get other people to do for me. I care about me, and I just want, if I do this, I'm going to trick you into doing this for me. Instead, I want you to think of a different word. And that is to stop being strategic and start being thoughtful. Ladies, how many of you want your husband, your boyfriend, you want them to be strategic or you want them to be thoughtful? Okay, it's about relationships, right? So social media, how is it any different? See, everything is the people business. Every business is the people business. Well, no, I sell brakes. I'm like, you do not just sell brakes. You sell safety to a family. Everything comes back to the idea of people. And so, in your relationships, do you want people to be strategic with you or do you want people to be thoughtful? You want them to be thoughtful. So what we want to try to do is teach you ways for how can you be more thoughtful. And the great thing is that we can do a lot of this through social media. I'm going to give you an example. I think social media is much more like how to fall in love. So when people say, I want you to come teach my teen how to use social media, I say, okay, I'm going to teach your teen how people fall in love. That is how that will work. So about now 2 years ago, my daughter was turning 12, and I had to go sign my contract for, I was prototyping, some Star Trek nerdy stuff with Google that I can't really talk about. And, or a guy in black suits will come in, that will be the best Periscope ever. And so the problem is they picked July 19th. Well, the problem with July 19th is that it's my daughter's birthday. So while I was saying, well, I can't do this because it's on my daughter's birthday, my team was reminding me, yeah, but you have like 1 million Scout miles, and you have travel vouchers, and your brother lives in Hoboken. Why don't you just take your daughter to New York for her birthday? And I was like, I'm glad I thought of that. That is, I'm going to be father of the year. So the day came, I took my daughter, I woke her up, I'm like, happy birthday, Pepe, let's go to lunch. And she said, Dad, it's like 7:30 in the morning. And I'm like, no, it's okay, come on. And I packed her bags the night before, which was a disaster. She didn't have anything she needed. And I loaded up the van, and I went, and we went to the airport. I'm like, hey, happy birthday, we're having lunch. And she said, at the airport. It's like 10 in the morning now. This is the worst birthday I've ever had in my life. I said, no. We're going to have lunch at the Plaza Hotel in New York City. You see, my daughter read the Eloise books about the little girl who lived in the hotel. And so I said, I'm going to take her to the Plaza Hotel and we're going to have lunch together. And so I was so excited, and I took the picture and I put it on Instagram. And for her birthday, we had lunch together. Here's another picture of her. Yeah, I know. I prayed that she'd be a little ugly, but it didn't work. Like, just as a dad, I don't want, I don't need to be horrendous. I just don't want that beautiful. But Joel's been coaching me on how to use a shotgun, and found a place that you can order crocodiles online for the moment. So we're good. So I posted this picture, and but I want to zoom in here on the last comment that I got. Wishing you a very happy birthday. Hope you had a rather marvelous lunch. From the Plaza Eloise. It was the moment that I fell in love with the Plaza Hotel. You see, they could have spent all the money in the world to try to market to me. They could have put up billboards. They could have had just all this posting that they did all the time. They could have just had radio and TV, and maybe they did. But I ignored it because it was just a bunch of noise. But they took a few seconds to wish my daughter a happy birthday. And I fell in love. And if you don't like the Plaza Hotel, I'll fight you afterwards, because that's how you create loyalty. That's how you create all the things. That's how people fall in love with products or a brand, because they do something special. It means something. And so tonight, when people go to bed, you know what? They are not going to be thinking, I wish I saw another TV commercial. I wish I saw another ad that makes me feel horrible about my body. Nobody is going to miss one piece of advertising on the planet. They are not going to care what you posted.